Hello everybody, welcome to a new day, a new video, corn planting. I have already done about 35 acres so far. This is 50 acres. Once we finish this, we have about 25, 27 acres left. That's what we're planting here. We did another variety. It's for better ground, so we put it on some other fields. Here we are, we're moving. Just started moving, so the population's low right now. Our target is 34,500. That's how many seeds per acre we want to put in. And you can see it just turned green, so it's getting close. Singulation's been really good. You'll hit a rocky patch in this field and it'll go down to like 97, 98%, but that's pretty good for us. Got 4 acres of this field done so far. And that 442, that's how many we've done with this planter total. This field's pretty rocky, so we're taking it pretty slow. We're going 3 miles an hour. I gotta watch my ride quality right there, that bottom one. Man, it's rough. As soon as that drops into the 80s, I'll drop a gear, and then if it's staying pretty good in the green, I'll pick a gear up.
I can think to out of the time as well. And with our big inside for I can contribute, my company can, with all of our partners we're bringing in, is to a lot more innovation, a lot more science going into calculating that real footprint, and then hopefully from there, of course, we want to develop more.
Guys, we're sitting right at 25 acres. So I got plenty of seed in there. I planted, what was it, 4 or 5 acres before I filled, so I should have another 10, 15 acres worth of seed. But it is lunchtime. I'm starving, so we're gonna go get lunch. I'll see if they have one. He just started fitting here a little bit ago. I'm as far as I can get anyway, so I gotta take a break for a while. Just got started, or just got done with lunch, and just got started back again. And we have raindrops hitting the window, so we'll see how much longer we can go. And we'll see. Probably have to take the planter up and put it in the barn if it gets any harder than this. But there's a few spots that might get a little sticky, but for the most part, I think we'll be able to go through most of it. We are 33 acres through this field, and I am pretty much out of seed, and the rain is getting to where I have mud building up on my depth gauge wheels, and I had a closing wheel plug up because of mud, so we're just going to call it quits at the farm. Hello guys, we are planting beans now. We finished corn, so we are gonna jump right into beans. We are just shy of 100 acres done of beans, and then we will, we have 290 acres of conventional beans and 120 acres of organic beans. Here's the planter. It's been converted to beans. We took the pop-up that was left in the tanks and filled the rest of the tank up with water to dilute the pop-up, because this fertilizer system on this planter, it's not, you shouldn't even call it a system. It's pathetic. We are going to go through and rip all the fertilizer off of this and completely redo it next year, probably with an electric or a hydraulic pump. The hybrid or variety we are planting today is a Golden Harvest 2922. It's an E3 bean. That means it's enlist. Enlist is just the chemistry of chemical we use to kill the weeds that are in the beans. So we're gonna get fired up. I need fuel. In the last field of beans I was in, I tweaked the row marker up there at the hinge. The hinge got twisted up, so I straightened that yesterday, and I gusseted it with angle iron on both sides, so hopefully it won't twist again. It'll just probably bust the row marker off if I do it. So we're fueling up right now. The disc is down right now. I only have about 30 acres I can plant until I am caught back up again, so we're going to go out and work, get that 30 acres done, and if the disc isn't running by then, we're gonna help work on the disc. Here we are out in the field. I'd like to show you this disc. Here it is. We got about half this field done. This field's just under 70 acres. So, yeah, here it is. She broken right there. Our crumbler is now a packer. All the baskets are full of dirt at this point. I'm gonna show you guys how this unfolds, just in case you guys buy one like we did and then spend 30 minutes in the driveway trying to figure out how to unfold it. I take the 3-point, lower it down about halfway to where it needs to be. We run ours on 6 when we're in the field. You're gonna lower the main frame, which is just your lift and lower lever. Now that we have the main frame down, you have to lower it down for your first step. That's just regardless of what you're doing. There's a lever back here at the back of the planter. You turn this, that activates your wing wheels, so your wing wheels will now work with your main frame wheels. So we raise up this lever forward. That then takes the tension off of this latch right here. So I see no tension on it. I just push that over there, put the pin back in, put the cotter key back on. Just like that, your wings are unlatched. That allows your wings to come out. Now we push and hold this fold switch. This is spring loaded. This is a diverter valve in the back. And you push and hold this, pull this lever back, and it will pull the wings apart. And I always leave my tractor in neutral. For some reason it likes to pull the tractor more than the back of the planter, so sometimes it'll move the tractor, and I like to not put too much tension on these wheels because I don't want to bust one off. I gotta wait for my 2020 to boot up and get the iPad on. So I'm having a little trouble with this cord. I gotta wiggle it every once in a while, or when it's initial startup, I have to wiggle it to get it to connect up right. There, so that did it first try. Nice. I gotta fire my vacuum up, which is just my other hydraulic lever. Got a bungee to hold it back, and then we're gonna start planting. My tractor's running at about 1700 RPM. We're planting back here. Looks like Dad missed a strip with the disc. It's still chisel plowed, so have to get over a little bit. There we go. This is a population screen. This is what pops up if you don't have a row planting or something like that. So we'll just hit home. Whoop, home. Planting 120,000. That's our target. It's usually higher than that real time. Singulation, I'm happy if it's over 90% on beans. Corn, you don't really want it to drop below 98%, but beans, I'm happy with 95. You gotta remember, you have 3-4 times as much seed running through these meters with beans as you do with corn, so there's a lot more room for error than when you're planting corn. Vacuum runs about 20 usually. It'll probably pick up here in a little bit. So we had a small strip down this side of the field, and the front headlands, they all got chisel plowed. They all got chisel plowed because they had some real heavy compaction. We cut a lot of ruts down this first section of the field. We drove down it to get to the back field, and we didn't use a grain cart at all in this field. So the truck sat on this lane, and we ran the combine from one end of the field to the other on that front. So we wanted to make sure we had no compaction issues, because when you have compaction, you tie up nutrients and stuff, and it really affects your beans. Want to try and stay off that lane as much as possible, but this field line's not very straight, so I might get a little bit of seed on the lane. Now with the current setup we have with 1.5 bushel boxes, if I go back there and I fill them all to the very top like I always do with beans, then I'm able to plant right at about 20 acres. That's with our 120,000 population, and it's a good amount. You don't feel like you're constantly filling like you think you would, because you can plant a lot of corn when those boxes are full. But 20 acres, it's reasonable. You can fit almost a half a pro box in this planter. There we go. So once we go to 3 bushel boxes with our electric meters, then we'll have a lot better holding capacity. We'll be able to do about 40 bushels or 40 acres to a fill. But until that point, I'm rocking with 20 acre fills. I'm gonna show you one of the only cons I have found with the Yetter closing wheel. It's got something to do with these Yetter chains. So you see, they get wrapped up on themselves all the time, but this is a problem that I come across. It comes up, hooks one wheel, and it can stop the entire seed closing process and just plug it up. We may experiment with taking chains off next year because we'll have the new closing wheel brackets and stuff like that. I don't know. Let me know. Oh, there's a disc plate. Dad was just out here looking for this for I don't know how long, and that was easy. Should have told him it was right where he left it. Now I just gotta find out where to put it. I'm all the way in the back of the field, and this gotta go all the way to the front. Yeah, that'll work. I've only done, I think, 2 or 3 rounds, and I'm already at 8 acres. That's crazy. The field's big, it's long. You can cover acres fast. We're at 19 acres. I'm at the front of the field right now, so I'm gonna get out and check my seed boxes and see how much seed I got, see if I can make another round. This box is usually the one that has the most in it. So you can see, pretty good. I don't know if I can make a round on that or not. Probably could. course I gotta drive to the front of the field, you know. Planting.
We're very good at figuring out a person's comfort zone, and then what we do is grab the shovel.
It's really hard to see my row mark in this field because of all the stops. I'd really like some auto steer. Alright, I got to the back and turned around and went to go again, and I ran out on one box. I know there's not enough to make it to the other end, so I'm just going to go over to the lane, drive up, and get a call and get somebody to give me a ride to the seed tender. Alright, I filled back up, so I'll fill up again in this field, and I'll show you guys what it looks like. We got another 20 acres to go, and I don't think I have 20 acres fit out here, but we're going to do as much as we can. Dad's back. He's going to come back and work on the disc here in a little bit, and we should be able to do this whole field today, hopefully. Good morning. Looks like the sun decided to join us today. Just got started, just got everything checked over, greased. 8:45. Took me about 45 minutes to get everything ready. And now we're planting beans.
Scott, what do you think there? Like, on your farm, how do you quantify success? And can that be something that we can scale up?
Yeah, I think the concern at the farm level is that...
Alright, we need some seed now, so we're going to get filled back up again. There's a little bit in this, or there's quite a bit in this side, but this is my lower planting population side for some reason. Here's what we used to fill with, at least for beans anyway. So we got this rod that holds the auger down. Just put that right there. And then I mounted a winch on this year. Ran it to a marine battery up front, because eventually what my plan is to, if we don't get a real seed tender, is to get a power unit that runs hydraulics to change that out, and it'll be electric start, so it'll go off of that battery, and then also it will have an electric over hydraulic valve system, so I can have a chute, keep the auger up high, and fill almost that whole planter with seed without moving the wagon. Because right now I gotta move it about every 3 boxes. Once the seed is in the boxes, I take this 80% talc, 20% graphite, and I sprinkle it through all of the boxes. This lubricates the seed, but also keeps our meters lubricated. It's like greasing grease zerks on a disc or something like that, but this is keeping your seed meters lubricated and moving properly. One of these jugs will do about 400 acres, we were told. This is the 80/20 is a special blend that Precision recommends you put through their E-set meters. And I'd assume they're V-set as well, but I'm not sure, so you'll have to check with your local rep on that. Get this backed out of the way so it's not in the way my nets pass. These are fun to back up. Oh, we're cranking around. Alright, that's good. Alright, and then put all the seed box tops on, because I have forgotten that before. Got about 20 feet and then look back, I'm like, oh man, I forgot. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's been jumping around a lot and moving around, so all around the planter, but just lots of different days, lots of different activities, stuff like that. So thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.